Hi, welcome back to second session of first BPA Principles of Economics, first semester of Mangalore University. In this session, we are going to deal with two definitions of economics and the nature of the subject of economics. These two definitions are scarcity definition and a growth-oriented definition. In the previous session, we discussed about the subject of economics, introduction to subject. Subject of economics has been derived from the Greek words oikos and nomos, and we discussed about two definitions. Wealth definition given by classical economists Adam Smith and others. Criticisms leveled against that wealth definition and welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall and criticisms. Uh, the learning objectives of this session to give conceptual clarity on various concepts of economics, origin of economics, and growth of the subject. It deals with the basic economic principles that helps to understand the process of decision making by individuals. Subject this session deals with the basic economics principles that helps basic economic principles that helps of English economic principles those help to understand the process of decision making by individuals. Learning outcome, the learner can understand different concepts of economics and can apply the same in the real day-to-day economic activities. After studying these concepts, you can apply these concepts in your day-to-day life. Let us proceed to the next third definition, scarcity definition. Professor Lionel Robbins gave this definition. Professor Lionel Robbins, who gave a definition, is known as scarcity definition. Professor Lionel Robbins gave a definition, and that is called scarcity definition. His book, Nature and Significance of Economic Science, was published in the year 1932. In this book, he explained the subject of economics as a study of scarcity of resources and their alternative uses. That is why his definition is called scarcity definition. According to Lionel Robbins, economics is a subject which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. A subject which studies human behavior, economic behavior of man as a relationship between ends and scarce means, ends objectives and scarce means which are scarce to attain these ends, to fulfill these ends. Remember that this is resources are scarce, means are not only scarce but they have alternative uses. You can use same mean for different alternative ways of attaining the ends. So economics is a subject which deals with scarcity. Here mainly scarcity means scarcity of resources, their alternative uses, and attaining the end. Attaining the end means satisfaction of human want. How to satisfy human want by using these scarce resources, which are not only scarce in relation to demand, but they have alternative uses. Okay, this definition highlights certain aspects. One, unlimited wants or ends. Human beings are having unlimited wants. We said that man is a bundle of wants. Right? When one want is satisfied, another want cops up. It is not that, uh, see, even under our normal course of life, we desire to have so many things. We want motorbike, we want car, we want this, we want that, like that. So human beings are bundle of wants. They have unlimited wants or ends. The second point, to satisfy these wants, the resources under our disposal is limited. In our possession, the resources to satisfy these wants are scarce. They're limited. They're limited. Be it money, be it natural resources, or anything, or anything. They are scarce in relation to demand. Third point of the definition is these limited resources are having alternative uses. You can use these limited resources alternatively. For example, you have 100 rupees in your pocket. Now, you want to have food, you want to drink juice, you want to travel, you want to purchase books. Can we have all these things, or four different wants by using that 100 rupees? Impossible. To satisfy all the wants, you need minimum 1000 rupees. But unfortunately, the amount of money under your custody is just 100 rupees. Now, how to use that scarce resource? How to use that limited 100 rupees on various wants? How to prioritize? Which is the most urgent want? Which has to be satisfied firstly? Then, in that way, you have to prioritize. You have to rank. So, economics is a subject which deals with this prioritization. Economics is a subject which deals with choice, which you have to select. You cannot satisfy all four wants. You have to select the most urgent want. Okay, when you satisfy one want, other three wants remain unsatisfied. Other three wants remain unattended. It is quite natural. Then varying importance of ends. This means prioritization. You have to rank the ends. You have to rank the wants. You have to rank the ends, which is the most urgently required one. Okay, you want to have food, you want to travel, you want to purchase books. But remember that the most urgent one, let me say, you want to have food. So you can satisfy that one by using that 100 rupees. Later on, when you are getting again resources, you can satisfy other ones. Next, superiority of Robbins definition. This scarcity definition is comparatively superior to previous definitions, the wealth definition as well as welfare definition. Why it is superior? In what way it is superior? It is more scientific. It is more scientific in the sense it deals with practical problem of choice, practical problem of scarcity. All of us remember that, face that problem of scarcity now and then. That is what is more realistic, down to earth. It has widened the scope of economics. It's not that only material things are contributing to welfare. Even non-material things, services, they're also contributing to welfare of mankind. Welfare definition considered only the role of material things, whereas scarcity definition considers all the resources, be it material or intangible. All resources are contributing for the attainment of satisfaction of want. Third, it is analytical. In what way it is analytical? It analyzes, compares the most urgent one, least urgent one, like that. It helps us in prioritization, in selection. Then, explanation of chief economic problem. It explains the basic economic problem. Basic economic problem is a scarcity. Scarcity is the basic economic problem. Be it developed country or developing country or underdeveloped country. Scarcity is the common problem of almost all societies. Even richest man, remember that, even richest man is also facing the problem of the scarcity because his income is limited. He's having limited income. His income is not unlimited. He may possess huge amount of money, but he cannot satisfy all of his wants by using his money. Then importance of distribution. Distribution of limited resources. Here distribution means distributing scarce resources on various wants. Then it has universal application. This scarcity definition is applicable to all societies, all states, all state of human society. That is why it is superior to that of previous definitions. Let us study the criticisms. Economics is not only a positive science. What is a positive science and what is a normative science? A positive science studies what it is. A normative science studies not only what it is but also what it ought to be. Economics is not only a positive science, means it's not just studying what it is. It also studies what it ought to be. It's also a normative science. It means it prescribes certain standards which has to be followed. Second, it's an irrelevant definition. I don't know in what way it is irrelevant, but your PPT says it is irrelevant definition. No, it is not irrelevant actually. In what way it is irrelevant? You have to ask with the person who prepared this PPT. You want to say that scarcity is not irrelevant? Scarcity is the most relevant aspect. Okay, it neglects the study of welfare. Yes, scarcity of resources is there. Okay, accept it. But it overlooks the importance of that welfare. These resources are for the promotion of welfare of human beings. That has to be highlighted. Then it is hypothetical, conditional. This definition is conditional or hypothetical. So what is the hypothesis here? What are the conditions put forward? Neglected the ends by giving importance to means. It neglected the ends and gave importance only to means. Scarcity of resources and alternative ends, alternative uses to attain or to satisfy ends. Neglects the problem of stability and growth. Okay, this is a valid criticism. It's a valid criticism. It neglects the problem of stability and growth. Today, the problem is not about scarcity. Even surplus can create problem. That is why growth is required. Growth is to be highlighted. We cannot say that scarcity is only this problem. Surplus also creates problem. The market get overproduction. Overproduction may cause unemployment, underemployment. So it is not just a scarcity alone contributing the problem or resulting in the problem. Even surplus can also cause problem. So stability and growth is required to be highlighted rather than scarcity. Next, the fourth definition is given by modern economists. That's called growth definition. Growth definition. Paul A. Samuelson, John Maynard Keynes, Wenham, and others give this growth definition. According to these economists, promoting economic development or promoting economic growth is the concern of the subject of economics. No doubt it deals with resources, scarcity of resources, their usage, their utilization, and all those things. But more than that, it deals with the promotion of economic development. Economists like James Keynes, Benham, Henry Smith contributed to this growth-oriented definition. So economic development or economic growth has kept in the forefront. According to Samuelson, economics is the study of how men and society choose, with or without use of money, to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses to produce various commodities and distribute them for consumption now or in the future among various persons and groups of society. It analyzes the costs and benefits of improving patterns of resource allocation. Growth definition is, according to Samuelson, is a definition which analyzes different aspects. Different aspects. See, economics is the study of how men and society choose. It is a subject which deals with how people, individuals as well as society, they choose with or without the use of money, with the use of money or without the use of money, employing scarce productive resources. Scarcity is there, you see, scarce productive resources, which could have alternate uses to produce various commodities and distribute them for consumption now or in future among various persons and groups of society. In simple, it analyzes the costs and benefits of improving patterns of resource allocation. See, this definition highlights certain aspects. Economics is a subject which helps both individuals as well as society. It helps in the process of distribution of productive resources, employing scarce resources with the use of money or without the use of money, on production of various commodities and distributing them for consumption, facilitating consumption, because only by consumption, remember that, we can attain welfare. Just by producing goods, just by producing goods, you cannot attain welfare. That production must be supported by consumption to promote welfare. Now and in future, that consumption may be immediately or in future. More than that, it analyzes costs and benefits of improving patterns of resource allocation. It means growth definition studies about resource allocation, how scarce resources are allocated according to priority, maybe with the use of money or without the use of money, in order to facilitate both production and consumption by both individuals as well as societies. Another definition was given by J.M. Keynes, who said economics studies how the levels of national income and employment in the community are determined by how the national income grows over the years. In the words of James Keynes, economics studies how the levels of national income and employment in the community are determined and how the national income grows over years. According to Keynes, the subject of economic study is about what determines employment and income, national income and employment, and how that national income grows over years. So, determination of level of employment and income is the concern of the subject of economics. What is that national income or national employment? Remember, that in simple words, determination of national income and employment is nothing but determination of current level of economic activities. What determines the present level of economic activities? What are the factors which determine the present level of economic activities, and how the present level of economic activities can be reached over the years? So this definition highlights economic development. Economic development. Benham defined economics, the study of the factors affecting the size, distribution, and stability of a country's national income. According to Benham, economics is a subject which studies uh, which deals with factors, the study of the factors affecting the size of national income, distribution of national income, and stability in the growth of that national income. So, what determines the level of national income? Size means the level, amount. How that income is going to be distributed among different sections of society. Whether the current pattern of distribution of income is admissible. How to stabilize and increase that income over the years. These are the concerns of the subject of economics according to Benham. Now, in what way that growth-oriented definition is superior to previous definitions? Emphasis on time element. Growth-oriented definition considers the importance of time element. From time to time, the level of economic activities and economic development must grow. Economic development must be continuous and cumulative process. From time to time, an economy should experience expansion. Analysis of basic economic problems. It analyzes the basic economic problem of resource allocation. With the use or without the use of money, resources are required to be allocated on a different production to facilitate consumption of individual as well as society, so that economic development becomes a cumulative process. Wide recognition. It recognizes it recognizes use of money, without the use of money, individuals' aspirations, society's aspiration, economic development, everything. Fourth, extension of the scope of economics. It has enlarged the scope of economics because growth is a very wide concept. Development is a wide concept. It includes so many things: level of employment, level of income, savings, investment, consumption, production. So, an economy should mark an expansion in all these aspects. It gave insights to solve economic problems. Certain economic problems such as unemployment, inequality in income distribution, inequality in income distribution. All these are the economic problem, poverty. So growth-oriented definition gives new insight, new meaning in solving these economic problems. Necessary inputs to formulate economic policy. Growth-oriented definition has given necessary inputs to formulate economic policies. So how to increase the level of income, how to eradicate the problem of unemployment, what are the necessary steps to be taken, what type of policies are required to increase the agricultural production, what type of policies are required to increase the volume of savings. So growth definition has given new inputs while formulating economic policies. Okay, these are the reference books as mentioned by the creator of this PPT, H.L. Ahuja, Advanced Economic Theory, D. Bose, and A. Marimuthu, An Introduction to Microeconomics, KKDH, Krishnaya Gowda. Scarcity definition was given by Alfred Marshall, Lionel Robbins, Mill, J.S. Mill, and Pigou. The right answer is Lionel Robbins. The book authored by Lionel Robbins, that is Nature and Significance of Economic Science, which was published in the year 1942, 1932, 1952, 1962. The right answer is 1932. Growth-oriented definition has been developed in the leadership of Samuelson, Marshall, Adam Smith. Again, Adam Smith. It's not one word, it's two words. Adam Smith. AK Sen. The right answer is Paul A. Samuelson. Okay, this is about the second session where we studied two more definitions. Scarcity definition of Lionel Robbins and growth-oriented definition of Samuelson, Keynes, and others.